Hey guys, Josh's Booster here and welcome back to another Digimon video. Today actually we have the very last video of mine covering the 1.0 format because, behold! But Josh, there is nothing there. I know, much appreciated viewer, but among all the things in the world not being there, one of those things is actually cards from the 1.5 set. So yeah, my 1.5 stuff still didn't come in, and today was actually the Bandai tournament, which was set to be like the first 1.5 tournament. However, because of all the allocation stuff, Bandai realized people wouldn't have, the ability to actually own the new cards. So they actually decided to, for some regions anyway, make 1.5 cards illegal, which first I was upset about, but in the end I am happy with it because like a lot of other people, I did not get my cards in time. So we actually played the very last tournament of the season, or format, whatever you want to call it, today. And I actually got 4th place out of, I think, 120 players, so pretty decent. Went X1 in the end. And I actually played yellow, the Aggro yellow deck I've been showing on this channel a couple of times already. It's not just memes, it's actually good. I think I've proven it today. Sadly, this is literally the very last tournament ever played in this form, probably, so there's not a lot of useful information you can get out of it, but I figured I'd just take the time for in this video, because I want to do a Digimon video, to kind of reflect on the past formats, because where we talk about my matchups, and when we do that, I'll kind of just share my thoughts on the format. And so what I will be doing is, I will be showing you guys the updated deck list that I got 4th place with the yellow deck. And then after that I'll just talk about my thoughts about the 1.0 format and the matchups. Before I dive into the video, I want to shout out all my opponents who I played against, actually, because they were all super nice guys. A lot of people I played against were like, okay, we should definitely play again sometime. And I definitely agree. Specific shout out to, I think, so this is gonna be a horrible shout out, but I think his name was like Vincent, the guy from Finland I played against with Kentaurosmon Red. I don't know, just thought you were a super chill guy, really enjoyed our match. No offense to all the other guys I played against, because I really had a good time with you guys as well, but yeah, just shout out there. So I guess let's just hop into the deck profile real quick. Won't be diving into it that much, but let's check it out. Okay guys, so hopping to the actual deck profile, I'm gonna try to keep it short for the simple reason that this deck is pretty much obsolete after this specific day, and I've also shown this deck a couple of times already on the channel, and I literally only switched out one card opposed to the build I previously played. So yeah, for the Digimon still just 4 Cupimon. This is just the good one, I guess. I mean, early game it actually has an effect where this guy Tokomon actually is basically a vanilla or a card with no effect. At any point in the game, at least the Cupimon effect can come up, and every time I open this I actually get legitimately pissed off. So yeah, that's it for the X. And for the main deck, still playing 4 Patamon. This card is actually really good. Then Palamon's little brother, which isn't as good but is still fine, is Labramon. Of course, getting a memory when something is deleted by reducing it to 0 is actually better than drawing a card, but both do come up. But yeah, that ratio is perfectly fine for this specific deck. Then 4 of the no effect Digimon. I mean, 4 for the vanillas, for the 2-drops, that is, seems like a fine ratio. And then Tinkermon is also sort of a vanilla, because Petermon brings it out for what is, in a way, it's a 2-cost, right? Since then you would say Petermon is a 3 to play and Tinkermon is a 2 to play, together they're 5 to play. But yeah, this is perfectly fine, just different names to play around Omnimon a little bit more. And then already mentioned Petermon, of course, so we are playing a full set of Tinkermon, nothing to say about that. Then the Holy Trinity of the level 4s is Rapamon. Just being able to play this for 3 is really nice. It is kind of annoying that this actually gets hit by Volcanicdramon, which did come up today, but it never actually cost me the game. At those points I was had so much control, like even the Volcanicdramon couldn't really swing the game back into their favor. Then Also, the full set of Digimon, this is definitely the MVP of the deck. It just combines so well with cards like Kentaurosmon specifically, because Kentaurosmon forces your opponent to, actually they just are not able to kill you on the next turn, and then if you go like evolve your level 5 into a Kentaurosmon while you have TK face up, so you're starting with 3, and then you just play this, you basically have 3 attackers for the next turn, and they won't be able to kill you, guaranteed on their following turn, which is really strong. I absolutely love this card, very underrated. I think like literally 3 people I played against today remarked how good this card actually is, because it actually is. And then the last one are just 4 of the Unimon, just because having blockers is definitely important, especially in a grindy deck like this. And even with Kentaurosmon, I think having access to Unimon is really important. So yeah, 12 of the level 4. Then where I actually changed things up a little bit, one card that is the level 5s. I'm playing 4 Sirenmon and then 3 Angel Woman alongside 3 Mistymon. If Petermon wasn't the MVP of the deck, then Angel Woman definitely is. This card is just super good. Honestly, I would just play a 4th of this and then swap out one of this. You'll also notice I'm playing actually 10 level 5s, which is quite a lot. Mostly been playing like 8 or 9 in most decks, but just having consistent access to leveling up your lines is just really good and important in this game. If you're not playing something like Rookie Rush or what's it called, Megazoo. But yeah, this is just nice because it's 5 to play. So I definitely had games where I didn't have access to any lower monsters, and just going to Sirenmon, then into Slashangemon or whatever could actually save me until I got into the game and then actually won. And then Angel Woman this comes up late game so much where it's just randomly super strong. The one recovery will often come up to just make it so that your opponent is just short of making game. And then the on-play effect of this sometimes comes up, but mostly it's just a vanilla 3 cost, which isn't that good, which is why I'm not a huge fan of it, but its on-play effect does definitely come up sometimes, so it's not the worst card in the world. And then for the level 4s, I'm still just on 4 Slashangemon and 4 Kentaurosmon. Very little to say about this. Slashangemon is just super good at controlling the board, and this is basically just a stall card that will allow you to set up to actually kill your opponent. I had a game against Omnimon Red, I think, where I just 3 turns in a row I dropped this while he had double Omnimon on the field, and he couldn't win. He just literally couldn't win. And even though he had by far the most board advantage, I could just kill him sooner than he could kill me. So yeah, I mean, for the 1.05 level 6s, yellow level 6s, I must say these are definitely the best, of course. 1.5 incoming with Shine Greymon, which is one of the best boss monsters in the game, so one of these will probably have to make room for that in a dedicated deck, of course, but we'll see about that when we get there. And then the last few cards are triple TK. I did consider running 4 of this actually, just because I'm absolutely in love with having 3 memory at the start of each turn. It's so insanely underrated. I keep saying this in every video, and I probably will for the foreseeable future. But memory tamers are nice. And then if you watch my previous videos, I got the Symphony option for the Angel Woman. I'm just playing 7 Heavens now, just because this actually has a good security effect, which does come up, and which did come up several times today actually. And then the on-field effect actually came up a lot because I was playing a lot against, I think I played against Red 4 times. We were all playing for Kentaurosmon, and I just had a lot of times where they went drop for Kentaurosmon, and I just 7 Heavens them because I had a lot of memory to spare anyway because of the Kentaurosmon drop, and that way I also prevented them from dropping Omnimon on the following turn. So this card was nice. I would almost consider bumping it up to 3 or 4, but it's just situational, right? It's really only good if your opponent also gives you a lot of memory. And I really hate giving my opponent a lot of memory, so yeah, that was the slightly updated yellow list. Now let's hear me talk about the tournament. So yeah guys, that was the list. It worked like a charm. I can't really complain. To be honest, the last time I did a video like this, I actually just talked about what the tournament looked like and the top cut and stuff. But honestly, I could have done my research and just asked people. I think Omnimon Blue won the event, surprise, surprise, going undefeated. But I really couldn't be bothered to figure out all the decks that were being played and the decks that topped, because let's be honest, after this, the format just won't be relevant anymore. So yeah, that brings me to my matchups. So basically, there wasn't a huge variety for me anyway. Round 1 I beat Red Omnimon 2-0, round 2 I beat Blue Omnimon 2-0. Then round 3 I played Gallantmon Red, I think, which I think I beat 2-0. Then round 4 I lost to Blue Omni 1-2. It was a very, very close game, I might add. Like, I really thought I won the first game, then the second game I felt like I was gonna win as well. But I just, my opponent actually top decked an Omnimon from the drawn is raising in the racing area to blow up both my Unimon, and if he didn't get the Omnimon I would have just attacked with for a game with the double Unimon, and then game 3 I also lost. Then round 5 I played against another Red Omnimon, and then round 6 I played against the only I played against 2 non-Omni decks, because round 3 was Gallantmon Red without Omni, as far as I'm aware. Actually, the guy told me, so there was no Omni. And then round 5 I played against Omni Red, and then which was 2-1, by the way, 2-1. And then round 6 I played against the yellow-blue deck, or blue-yellow, so blue bottom, yellow top. And this guy destroyed me game 1. I was like, okay, cool, I guess I'm not topping the event anymore. But then game 2 and 3, just the more consistency, I want to say, of the mono-yellow deck just outperformed the craziness that can be the blue-yellow deck. So 1-1, and then the last match was against another Red Omni, and I also won 2-0. But the reason I bring this up is that, so basically 5 out of the 7 matches I played were against Omnimon decks. However, I did win some of those matchups quite comfortably, and I really feel like, just because Blue Omni was performing really well at the start of the season, and Red Omni as well, I think a lot of people actually sort of tunnel visioned on those decks, because Green has definitely been getting tops this format. Then the blue-yellow deck popped up later into the format, and then Purple has been doing well as well. Just Yellow basically is one of those decks that just didn't really perform, and I really think all of the decks I mentioned, they really weren't that much worse than the Blue Omnimon deck was. And I just really highly recommend people to try playing what they like and see how good they can make whichever color strategy they want, and not just tunnel vision too much on the what seems to be performing the best or something like that, because you really can make stuff work. I hope I sort of proved it by playing this yellow deck to a pretty good result at the end of the format. And yeah, just you know, be creative. This game is really good for that, I think, especially the stage it is in right now. Just the card pool is pretty limited, but what you can do, especially, I don't know who thought of the blue-yellow deck, but I mean, super good deck, very creative. Yeah, don't tunnel vision too much on dropping Omnimon for 6 and deleting a Digimon or more with the same name. There's just a lot of fun to be had. But yeah, I don't want to stretch out this video too long. I showed my deck, I talked about the matchups. I'm really looking forward to 1.5. Hopefully my cards come in somewhere the next week and I can start, you know, making more gameplay content and other stuff I did for 1.0 as well. If you made it this far into the video, be sure to leave a like. Comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. I will be doing a lot more Digimon content because I absolutely love this game and I want to show you guys like all the decks I come up with and whatever. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye!